guys, I'm Jess and welcome back to Magical Mischief, and today we have got a wand review. Now the wand reviews have been very overdue, I must admit, so I am very excited to actually get into this. Now I will say the wand that this is in, I'm wondering is the box it's in, I'm wondering is not for the right wand, because this to me looks like this should be for my elder wands. So I think I've put the wrong lid on the wrong bottom. So sorry about that. But the wand does have the name of the character that it belongs to on the box. Can you see that there? So this is Draco Malfoy. So that's whose wand we're going to be reviewing today. I do have his father's wand and cane upstairs, which I have reviewed. So the only member of the Malfoy family we are missing wand-wise is Narcissus, Draco's mother, but I am definitely planning on getting her. I need the three of them. I would like to say Draco's wand is one of my favourites. It's in the top 3. And there are times in the movie I do not like Draco at all. He is very mean. He's a bit of a bully. But you do, as the time goes on, you start to feel sorry for him because the way he was made to behave and some of the things he was made to do were because of his father, because Lucius is an absolute wimp. There, I said it. He's a wimp and will only ever do what Voldemort tells him because he is too scared to stand up for himself, which is why he makes his son do whatever he does. And it isn't till actually the battle at Hogwarts when they do start to think about what they want and they just walk away eventually. But Draco's wand, if we're talking about the wand itself rather than the character, is very rounded. It's all one sort of dark brown colour. There's the odd, if you look at it, I don't know if the camera will show, like flecks of other colours, but it's very rounded. It does not taper at all into a point. It's a very sort of rounded end. The point actually, trying not to put myself in the eye, is on the handle there. So the handle, if you look at it very closely, this part of the handle is very black and you can see the flecks of brown more at the bottom. About a third of the way down you have 2 sort of circles. They're like 3D circles on the handle. It is a place actually where when you're holding the wand you can rest your thumb. I do like his wand as a wand to use. It would be very comfortable. This is the sort of wand that I would want. I like a very simplistic design, which is why his wand is one of my absolute favourites. It is just really stunning. Now, both his parents have a very more intricate and fancy design on their wand, especially if you look at his father's, because his father comes out of a cane and has got a very sort of elaborate and detailed end to the wand. And his mother's is very similar to his father's, because of the colouring, like the blacks and the silvers, whereas Draco's is very brown, like more very minimalist, which I think is really nice. It does, I think, because it's minimalist, give you an indication into the character a bit, in saying, I think that there's like very much saying like what you see is what you get, and that he's not very fancy and not very elaborate, and that's his way of kind of indicating, I don't want to be like my parents, even though I'm being like made to, I guess, which is a really nice thing to kind of, I guess, like represent in the wand. Now this wand you can buy. This is not the Noble Collection version, this is the Studio Tour Warner Brothers version, and that will set you back, cost you £32. Now, these collector's design are available at the Studio Tour in London, probably at the Studio Tour, I'm guessing, in Tokyo. And they are available, I believe, in any of the Harry Potter shops that are located around the world. You can also get this Draco wand from Noble Collection. The price, if you buy it and box design from Noble Collection, will be a bit different depending on what you go for, personally. And this wand, I believe, will be available at Universal Studios. But in Universal, just so you are aware, they now only sell the interactive wands. They do not have the collector's design like the ones sold at the Studio Tour or made by Noble Collection, unfortunately. Which is... Oh no, this is the right box. So this wand is a Universal Studios wand. So is the right box my mistake? But they did once upon a time, this was when I first went, they sold, or the first two times I went actually, they sold the collector's wands. The second trip that I took to Universal Studios, they had a mixture of the collectible design and the interactive design. And it was certain ones, like the Fantastic Beasts ones at the time, you could only buy in that collector's design. You couldn't buy it as an interactive wand. Whereas now, everything there is only interactive. You don't have necessarily a choice, which I do think is a little bit of a shame, but it's their way of marketing to maybe make you spend money to do the interactive things around the parks. And those ones, I want to preface, they are really stunningly interactive ones. And they are probably an ideal ones that your children could collect. If you want to collect something for your kids that are a bit more durable and a bit more higher quality, because they are made to be used within the parks. And they're probably really good actually for people who do cosplay. My preference will always be to collect the sort of collectible design, the non-interactive one. I have one interactive wand upstairs which my mum did very kindly by me on our second Universal Studios trip, which is my Elder Wand that is upstairs. But since the last time I went, I did not pick up another interactive wand. Now, part of that, I will say, was one, because they are not my preference. And I was, I think, very adamant that if we were to buy one, it would be because Lewis had wanted one. Because I thought, I have one interactive wand, I've done the experience. And actually, if we're being honest, we spent most of the time, actually, that trip on Islands of Adventure, which I didn't expect. Which meant that when we went to the studio side, because we went before Epic Universe opened this May just gone, we, I think, in the studio side, did more things that weren't Harry Potter. We did take Lewis, I believe, on Escape to Gringotts, because how could you not? Like, how could you not? And Lewis and I did go into Diagon Alley to do a bit of shopping, but we weren't actually in there loads. Partly, I think, because at that point Mum was getting quite tired and ready for us to head towards Disney, really. Do I recommend the Draco wand, though? Yes, I do. I recommend it, for one, if you are a Slytherin and a big Draco fan. But I just recommend it for any fan because it is absolutely stunning. And it is quite nice, actually, I feel like, to own wands from the Big Seven, which Draco is part of. Now, one thing I did not mention, if I can find it, with the colouring of his wand, it is very hard to find, but I do know it is there. Where is it? So they do have, which I'm struggling to find at the moment, on each of the wands they have copyright written. The same copyright that is sort of here on the bottom of the box. Is that it? So this wand, I must admit, I did buy second hand on eBay. This mark here, I don't know if it will show for you guys, might be the copyright that has kind of faded a bit over time, because oh no, it's not, it's here. It's here, it's here, it's here. So the copyright is there, very faint. But it's very hard to see because it actually, for once, blends in with the wand and doesn't stand out like a lemon. But it is there, and that copyright lets you know that it is official. So when you are looking for them on eBay, ideally you want someone who's selling with a box with the copyright and a wand with copyright. You can tell that mine is second hand because the battering of the box. But I was able to purchase this for, like, I think it was under £20. which is cheaper than its original like retail price, which is a bargain in my eyes. I have got more wand reviews coming over time. I am trying to do them slowly rather than all at once, so you don't get bored of them. And also it means I'm spreading out my content, so I've got a bit more content review wise over time. But if you have enjoyed this magical review, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you have this wand, what you like, what you dislike. Also let me know if there are any characters that you think I should collect their wands for, because I'm still going. I've still got quite a few to get, so any recommendations would be amazing. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe down below and turn on that notification bell so you're notified when more magical mischief is coming your way. I really hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you very soon, guys. Bye!